My intention today in creating this video is to teach you a really powerful process that I've been using for since 1988 when I learned this in New York from a kinesiologist. This is a great way to release trauma, release events that have a high emotional charge or events that are significant. By you thinking about the event or making certain test statements about the event, and then by rotating your neck to the right and left, you can actually see if there's an area of your life where you're not congruent with or that you have a charge. So let me talk a little bit. In person, I use muscle response testing. Person holds their arm up. Many of you probably have seen that. However, online and doing it through Zoom or FaceTime, obviously you can't do that. When a person is under stress, one side of their body will tense up and contract the musculature. So, in using the neck, you have a person turn their neck slowly and gently all the way to one side and then all the way to the other side. And ideally, you want the two sides to be even. If they're not, you have the person rotate their eyes clockwise 10 times, counterclockwise 10 times, horizontal 10 times, and vertical 10 times. Often, by doing that, that'll restore full range of motion, unless there's an injury or something like that. So one of the first things that I do on every single client that comes in for recovery work is I want to make sure that they're actually okay releasing whatever needs to be released. So, as an example, somebody might come in and they've had a trauma, they lost their pet, as an example. So, I have them go through the range of motion, even. Then I'll have them think about, as a place to start, their pet. And then they'll turn, and then often one side will kind of get a little bit stuck. That is the indicator that there's an emotional charge. It's a significant emotional event, and yeah, I use the word there's a charge. And by doing the eyes, by moving the eyes in different directions, it often mitigates and releases the charge. So, with the example that I used with thinking about your dog, something that you could say is, I'm okay with the dog. And then you think about the dog. I might have them think about when they're at the vet, maybe, and they're going through and they're getting the injection, have them think about that. There's many ways. Using this work is an art as well as a science. The questions that you come up with will determine the level of healing for the person. Always start with, I'm okay releasing X, the event, or I'm okay forgiving X. It's safe for me to forgive. And you run through the different statements. And then when you turn your neck to the right and left, if one side kind of gets a little bit tense, that's where you want to stop, have the client, your family member, you thinking about the event or the statement and then moving your eyes. And I use clockwise, counterclockwise, vertical and horizontal, and doing that about 10 times. Now the client does it. They can do it with their eyes closed, or they can actually use their own fingers and move them in the different directions. It's a very powerful and effective technique, and I invite you to use it. If you run into any questions, please don't hesitate to drop me an email. Thank you.